What's up, guys? Sodom Noonspa back again, and today I bring to you Maketoys Cross Dimensions Rioter Despotron, otherwise known as Megatron. This is a highly stylized version of Megatron, unlike very other Megatrons that exist today. Let's get a look at the box. There we go, the Cross Dimension logo. And looking very cool on the box. There's the name, Rioter Despotron. He is number 2 of the Cross Dimension line. I also have Striker Menace. If I'm saying the name right, Striker Menace, that's the name. It's also the version of Megatron, also the version of Optimus Prime. I plan to do a review of him at some point. But you all know it took me a while to get to this guy, and I had him for a while, right? And I'll turn the box around. Shows his transformation, which is a double barrel pistol, which is very nice, a very different take on the Megatron that we know. Some of his accessories, some of the poses that he can make. And I gotta tell you, this thing is a posing beast. Very much action figure-like. Alright. Now, before we get down to the review, let's take a look at some of these accessories. We have here a barrel for his gun mode. And it comes with 2 of these. Instead of number 1, it comes with 2. Got some nice gold paint accents right here. And right here. A little bit of molded detail here. And the second one is made exactly the same. Let me show them both. Here we go. Both made exactly the same. I'll show you how these two work here in a minute. Also, his black hole, dark hole blaster. I forget where he pulls his power source from, but anyway, his arm cannon. Let's just call it that. It's got some nice detailed casts on it. I think it's just black plastic, no paint really. Although it has some cool clear purple plastic here, semi-clear. It's really nice. On the front of the cannon as well. There. Now he does have a hidden secret. You pop off the front like so. Go inside. Has a cool beam saber made with purple translucent plastic. Looks really nice. It has kind of a katana look to me, given the edge of it. But it's real nice. It's something that they really didn't have to include in the package. But I think it's cool, especially the fact that it's a hidden weapon. And to put it back in, you just slide in right here. Well, oh, wrong way. Or hold on, that's wrong again. Hold on a sec. There we go. Just like so. And just go back on top. Very nice. Now for the figure himself. Rioter Despotron, or Megatron, which I'm going to be calling him throughout the entirety of this video, so Megatron. If you notice, I've already put a Ripple label on him. It's an Autobot insignia, and you're probably wondering, why? He's not Autobot. Well, ordinarily not. I've really been following the IDW stuff, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I kind of dig Autobot Megatron. And if you don't, we're going to have to agree, disagree, and you're going to get over it. With that said, moving on. As for those attachments I showed, this barrel A and barrel B, they can store on his back like so. Let's turn them around. He has 2 sliding mechanisms here and here. Going here, or if you see it there, it just slides right down. Here, click. Other side the same way. Let's see. There we go. A very different kind of Megatron, like I said before, because you really see him with 2 cannon barrels on his back, and usually just the 1. But yeah, let's see, let's get a look at him. I think he looks very, very cool myself. There we go. Alright, let's see how it looks from the front. side profile, and the back. Everything was pretty nice. As for articulation, see, his head is, let's see, yeah, his head is on a ball joint. You can rotate that far left, that far right, go down that far, go, oh, actually, doesn't really go up at all. But the cool thing is, he's a giant robot, so he should be able to look down. So he wins that in spades. As for the arms, they're on a type of a ball joint hinge thing inside. I'm actually not quite sure how the arms actually really, what you would call that, but I'm going to say it's more like a ball joint. So it comes out this far. The armor moves open here, right there, to give it more leverage. And the hands are on the usual swivel here, so you can get that right now. You can rotate. And the open here it has the typewriter hand thing going on, you know, where all the fingers are curved, and the index moves separately. And give you kind of a point like, he goes there, that way, sir. And let's see here. As for the legs, they can go out that far. Let's see, it can go back that far. You gotta move the skirt here out of the way. And go forward that far. Let's see. Also, he can do the, we call the full Van Dam. Very nice. And let's see, he also has, as all figures of this caliber have, waist rotation. And that one thing I love most of all, can you say ab effing crunch? Not the most ab crunch, but hey, it is there. It's the thought that counts, right, guys? Now, there is one cool thing about him that another thing that most Megatrons can't do, and he can take his barrels from the top here. You can see this right here. Let me move the camera. You can grab the barrels from here and here, and use those on the hinges on his fist here, which I find too would be pretty cool. I'm about to show you how that looks. Just give me a second here, and I'll do that for you. Alright, now I have him in, I don't know what to call this, but arm cannon mode. Yeah, you know, if you like Mega Man, you kind of get the reference. But yeah, took both his barrels off the top of here, and essentially opened his fist and connected it to his forearms here. So now it gives the illusion of, yeah, it's a cannon fist, or I shouldn't say illusion, but actually has cannon fist. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Also, with the vacant spot on his back, also apply his normal wrist cannon on it like this. Oops. So that way he still has storage. Pick that back in. There we go. So that's definitely something that you can do. I don't know how many people will do this, but like I said, something to do. Now let's go on, before we do transformation, let's do the size comparisons. Alright, now back to those comparisons. Here is Rioter Despotron, and here he is with a Transforming Night Warriors Motor Master. You can see how they scale up. And also here he is with Unite Warriors Dead End. See how that looks for display. How they stack up. And speaking of scale, I recently just posted a video just today regarding the issues of scale. Although I think Motor Master looks really good with him because I think Megatron should be bigger than Motor Master. I'm wondering, like, maybe Dead End should be a little bigger. Not much, mind you, but you know, a little bigger. But like I said, check out my video and where I go more into the whole scale of things. Now, I probably need to get in transformation, which I won't lie is not the easiest thing in the world. First, the second and third time it gets easier. But your first time, you definitely want to take a look at those instructions. But yeah, transformation. Given that I had only transform this thing maybe, honestly, let's be honest, one time. I'm actually going to do this off camera. And I'll get transformed and we'll come back and I'll get my thoughts on the transformation. And here we have him fully transformed. And he looks marvelous. Although not exactly, I can't exactly put him next to anything to show a proper scale because, well, honestly, he's transformed into a real world based gun. Oh no, I shouldn't say real world because this is obviously very abstract and very alien. But a gun, a human being can hold all the same, so it's nothing really I can really compare him to, except maybe another Megatron that turns into a gun, which sadly I don't have. So, yeah. But anyhow, he looks really cool. A lot of the paint accents show up more here. Like the gold paint on the legs. It shows up here and here. It's like a type of gear inner working for the gun. His side skirts, the gold trim there, shows up here and here. And also for the barrels. That gold trim here. Yeah, we have more gold paint accents here. Looks like tiny bullets or something. Pretty cool. And as you can see, I have a very big hand, but still looks pretty good. Oh, and get this, it actually has a functional trigger right here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think the trigger part's really nice because that's definitely something that they didn't have to do, but they included anyway. Surprising to have batteries make a little sound, you know, like something like. And you guys know I make sounds when I transform shit, so get over it. But yeah, actually, there's something I forgot to show, and I guess I'll show it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll get this thing transformed back, and I'll show it then. It's actually a little feature. Getting transformed back. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back again, so I can show that feature I was telling you guys about. And you know how Prime has his matrix? Well, this version of Megatron has a matrix, or the Maketoys literature calls a Rubicon, but I'm gonna call it matrix just for the sake of calling it anything. But yeah, his chest opens like so, and just pull it down, and you have a matrix, so kind of a matrix. If I can get it out of here, there we go. This is translucent purple plastic. Good bit of molded detail. I may have to have a certain cousin of mine go in there and do a little paint work. Wink wink, you know who you are. So to put that back in there, you just place that in there like this. Push it back up. And close your chest panels. Now, let me give you guys a score and what I think about it. Okay. Alright. Back to what I think about this guy as a whole. Well, I think he's pretty cool, and if I were to give him a score, I'm definitely giving this guy a 10. I mean, he's pretty much perfect, in my humble opinion. If I could change anything, well, hell, who am I kidding? I wouldn't change anything because he's pretty damn awesome. The guy posed with a sword, as you see, he holds that just fine. But yeah, he's totally awesome. And you can find him at TF Source. That's where I got mine. He's currently still in stock at about, not mistaken, around 90, which is honestly a pretty good steal. I mean, when he first came out, this guy was over 100, and I have to say he's worth every bit of that. So yeah, totally 10 out of 10. Everything's totally badass. He poses just like an action figure, which is very different for a Transformer. Most Transformers have a certain way you pose them, but this guy is very much like a, honestly, a action figure, which is a good thing. So yeah, if you can find them, get them. Super awesome, very cool. But anyway, I'm about to go. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Trying to grow the channel. And see you in the next review. As always, peace out.
To all part 終わりの